Hey everybody, welcome back to WWE Universe. My name is Jitch and this is NXT. Kicking things off first, we've got the continuation to the WWE Tag Team Championship tournament. Last week on NXT it started unofficially, we didn't really know what was going on, but it started with the Road Warriors defeating the Enforcers, Vader and Arn Anderson. And then on Smackdown we saw D-Generation X defeat Sin Cara and Chavo Guerrero to advance. Now here tonight we're going to be seeing the Mizfits, Alex Riley and Ryder up against Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero as we look to find out who's going to be in the right side of the bracket first, I suppose is how you could describe that. Where's their music? I never set up an entrance for the Mizfits?
Introducing first, Ryder, Alex Riley, and the Miz.
I must have forgot to set up an entrance for the Mizfits, whoops. Well, the Miz has come out to ringside to give a little bit of assistance to Ryder and Riley. I'm going to just cut it off there then, because I thought I'd set that up for them already. Weird. And then Friday night on Smackdown you'll be able to see the final quarterfinals. Which will see Mark Henry and R-Truth face off against Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel. And then next week on NXT, it'll be D-Generation X versus the Road Warriors here on NXT, believe it or not. As well as the winners of this match versus the winners of SmackDown's match in the semi-finals. And then the finals will take place next Friday on SmackDown. Between the winners of DX and the winners of the Road Warriors and the winners of whoever wins tonight and next week's match. It's very confusing to describe, but you know what I mean. The tournament is piecing together quite nicely. The Altitude Alliance very on board with the idea, as they should be. I mean, it means they get quite the extra bit of dates as champions. They're going to go down as the longest reigning so far, but one of the least defending. Actually, that's not true. When Miz was with Jericho, he only defended them once, and when he was with Big Show, he only defended them twice. So, yeah, if you want to count the Miz individually, he's got 3 defenses under his name, but well, other than that, yeah, as of today, they are on day 60, the Altitude Alliance. They are already the longest reigning tag team champions. Never mind what I was saying before, they've already achieved that. And they've still got another week and 5 days. 12 days on top. It'll be 72 days when they next defend those tag team titles at Fatal 4-Way. And they're going to be up against either DX, the Road Warriors, the Mizfits, or my favourable ones to win this, Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. I mean, Mysterio is literally wearing the Intercontinental title. Like, he is the most favourable in this entire tournament simply because he's already achieved a championship. I know that Ryder is a former 2-time Cruiserweight champion, so some credit goes to him. Actually, now that I think about it, I've got to go back to my original favourites of DX. I don't know why I forgot. 2 former WWE champions that are currently a tag team. They're definitely the most favourable. Either way, I think the Altitude Alliance are in for an extremely tough challenge. And this Friday on SmackDown, it only gets tougher as the former contenders that face the Altitude Alliance in a great match at Over the Limit, Mark Henry and R-Truth, are going to be in the tournament. And they're going to be competing against the newcomer tag team of Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel. I don't really love the idea of the Miz being at ringside, but he is, and we gotta go with that. I really thought that their blue attires would have matched a bit more. I forget that I always go for like a pale blue for Ryder. I'll change it for Riley. I think I tried to make Riley's match the Miz's if I had to guess. Better I was just making an attire for him. I think I might have just been making an attire now that I think about it.
This guy's got it all. Charisma, look, and ability.
What?
Nice move there by Riley.
I timed that reversal so poorly, though.
The feeling out process here. Who's going to get the advantage and maintain control? And that one hurt his hand.
I think it was an interesting move on Eddie and Rey's part to start things off with Eddie in the ring. He's still very much a newcomer to this series. Obviously, we all know Eddie Guerrero. We all love Eddie Guerrero. But he's a newcomer to this business. This alternative WWE. Already in the top 5 for the World Championship, though, as he's been off to a strong start. He went up against Alberto Del Rio, who was in the top 10, and he defeated him last week in very, very dominant fashion. But here tonight, we've got a contenders match for the ECW Championship as our main event. There is no telling who this match is going to be featuring just yet, but all I know is there will be one superstar from Smackdown and one superstar from Raw. It will be some of the lower featured, lower ranked people competing in a one-on-one match to determine who will be facing Wade Barrett for the ECW Championship next week on NXT, as Barrett looks to get another title defense in. This is apparently part of the obstacles that one must go through as the ECW champion in order to get that big special reward that lies at the end of hitting certain objectives. I'm not really sure what it all means, but we're getting closer, I think, to finding out. Wade Barrett is the closest we've come so far to someone perhaps succeeding to the level that one would have to achieve whatever it is that they're trying to achieve. Speaking of which, how long has Wade Barrett been ECW champion for? Now, there's an interesting question for sure. Wade Barrett has been ECW champion for... He's got to go through a lot of obstacles as ECW champion. He's got to defend it quite a lot too. It's not enough to just hold it. That's a title that you are made to defend quite frequently. Wade Barrett has been ECW champion for 61 days with 3 successful defenses so far. He is by far the most successful ECW champion we've seen, with the title, that is. I'd say out of the people that have held it previously, the most successful has got to be Ezekiel Jackson, as he very quickly moved on to the United States Championship after losing the ECW title.
And he finally gets out of the ring.
There's a lot of history between these two, Rey Mysterio and Alex Riley. That's how Riley joined the Misfits. He joined a beatdown. Says he's found a new best friend in Zack Ryder, and that's what brought him to the business. The chemistry that those two have as a tag team.
And he's in there trying to get something going for his partner. Tag team contest underway. Both of these teams have been very game so far.
Counter by Mysterio.
Zack Ryder's really got it out for luchadors at the moment after losing the Cruiserweight title to Sin Cara and now having to fight Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero.
And he brings his leg crashing down.
Wow, talk about timing.
And Mysterio gets
It's really weird, Mysterio's got his own sound effects.
You know, there's just so much at stake for these teams in this match. A win in this one is absolutely huge. Oh, big right hand.
just squeezing down on the head here. Hey! And he fights out of it. He breaks the hold.
Rey Mysterio said before that he's never been the bigger man in a match.
That may be in as far as inches and pounds, but certainly not passion and will.
Mysterio's got it.
Oh, no, too bad.
The tension, the drama. This is electric.
Right in the eye. Up next, though, we got a match I am most certainly looking forward to, as Santino Marella looks to take another loss as he goes up against Randy Savage up next. Randy Savage, who is, I believe, 7 ranks lower than Santino Marella, looks to try and overtake Santino and get some victories under his belt after losing his debut match last week on Raw, in which he tag teamed with The Big Show and they lost to the Team DZ. The Team DZ. I'm doing that thing again where I just seem to keep calling things the.
Will somebody please shut Alex Riley up?
You think A-Rod cares what you think, Lawler? Just
Oh,
keep doing
almost
what
got him
you're
for the
doing,
619. I got him ready for it, that is. Well, that was a bit of a vicious spear. I wonder if the Miz is really needed at ringside for this match. The Mizfits are a good tag team. They do have what it takes to succeed on their own.
Rey Mysterio is a walking example of why size should prevent athletic success. Rey is living proof that anyone can achieve greatness if they work
I mean, in
hard
all
enough.
fairness, Alberto Del Rio did get annihilated by Eddie Guerrero last week, though, which... what?
Riley into the cover.
The look on the Miz's face said it all. Even he had a look that was like, what the hell was that transition?
These are great competitors, great, tremendous gladiators here in WWE. Nice counter there by Riley. And he makes the tag.
Solid tag team work from Ryder and Riley. This is the first time that these two have actually gotten the chance to team up, but apparently it was Ryder's choice to bring Riley into the Mizfits. They'd already orchestrated that before the Contenders match ever took place between Mysterio and Riley. Does he have the Rough Rider yet? Oh, I think he does.
The tag is made. Hooks the leg.
Might as well.
Mysterio kicks out. These competitors trying to keep their wits about them. Blocked.
What's Mysterio gonna do now?
I think Eddie and Rey's problem is they've got two of the hardest to execute finishers. One is a frog splash that gets reversed 99% of the time, and the other, a 619, in which he's got to get them ready on the ropes before he can even start getting ready to execute it. I don't know what the hell Rey's doing. I don't know why I keep doing like off the rope stuff. Oh, Riley wants a tag. We got to give it to him then.
And there's a tag.
He might have to do this by himself.
Dragging the Miz into the ring. You don't bring the Miz into the ring.
This is bad.
Oh man, I was going to suplex him onto Eddie. Don't let me have any fun.
You're in trouble now.
Eddie lifts him up.
Ah, he's going to do the Brain Buster, isn't he? He's not ever going to do the Frog Splash. It's just going to be Brain Buster City whenever Eddie's in control. Oh, I forgot. AI is too stupid to go for a pin off of a finisher. It would rather span the pins when I'm like on red damage no sooner. Miz, you're blocking the view, Miz.
And this might be it. Hang on.
Would you look at this? Fighting and clawing with every fiber of his being, refusing to submit.
Now bringing in his partner.
Zack Ryder, I remember when this series first started, he was one of the absolute top guys. I think he still is. I think his win-loss record is like really good. I mean, that Cruiserweight title helped. He's moving on to a bigger league now, admittedly, which I think makes a difference.
And he hits a big-time leg drop.
He is definitely going to have those ribs looked at after this match.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Hey now!
And he wills
I like
his
to let
way
them
out.
get some offense in, so it's not necessarily a bad thing if they start beating me up, frankly. Going into this match, Alex Riley, well, Eddie Guerrero, we already know he's 1-0. Alex Riley is 1-1. Rey Mysterio is 4-7. And Now for the big one. And Ryder is 12 to 10. Not like fantastic, but he's done well. It's a hell of a lot. 12 wins is a lot when you consider what some people have. I think that's among the most, actually. Him and Big Show, I think, have like the most wins the whole series. I think Big Show's got like 13, maybe 14.
And he finally gets out of the ring.
I'd have a look, but that's a lot. That's a lot of fiddling about. At the moment, I think the Mizfits could use me being a bit more present. Oh. Man, these tag team matches, they take a long time.
Mysterio's got him. He makes the tag.
Oh my, what a double team move.
Well, I suppose the momentum had to turn around eventually.
He's stretching out that torso, checking for any bruises.
Oh, damn!
A thunderous Irish whip into the barrier. What a match. Momentum has shifted back and forth repeatedly between these superstars.
I wouldn't be surprised if Riley and Ryder tried to win this match by a count out.
What do you think they're talking about, King?
Probably going over strategy. What it's going to take to win this thing.
In fact, I think that's exactly what's happening right now.
And it's imperative he gets back in the ring right now.
Eddie's got to get back in.
Arrogance exuding from Ryder.
Miz is... Oh, come on. Okay, there you go.
Look, he's still going. How? How is this possible?
I mean, Miz literally put his hands on Eddie. That is against the rules completely and utterly.
There's the tag, and he's ready to roll.
Okay, Alex Riley apparently bursting with momentum.
Uh-oh, Riley's got him up.
Consider yourself dismissed. That's how you do it, A-Rye. 1, 2, he's seen enough.
Oh, there you go. With a little bit of outside help from The Miz, and a little bit of distractions from The Miz, and a little bit of cheap shot and an attempting to get count outs of victory, the Mizfits have advanced in the Tag Team Tag Team Contenders Tournament. They will have music next time. Unbelievable. They found a way to cheat themselves up the rankings and onto the semifinals, where they'll face either Mark Henry and R-Truth or Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel next week on NXT. Alright, well, back here on NXT, we've got ourselves a one-on-one match from Raw now after that tag team match from Smackdown. Santino Marella versus Randy Savage, as previously mentioned. Yeah, I know, try not to get too excited. It's Santino Marella, everybody. Woohoo.
From Calabria, Italy, weighing 227 pounds, Santino Marella.
I didn't think he was that bad until he started with the unibrow and the sock puppet. That's where I drew the line. Everything else about Santino was A-okay. But the moment the guy started playing with sock puppets and doing finger pokes of doom as a finisher, that's when I had to draw the line. Absolutely not. No, no, no. Now he is a real star.
And his opponent, from Sarasota, Florida, weighing 239 pounds,
Macho Man Randy Savage has to start from the bottom as a new signee. He's got to come down here to NXT, but it shouldn't take much to get him onto Raw. It shouldn't take much for Macho Man Randy Savage to be a part of a contenders match of some kind, to be the United States champion, to be in contention for the World Heavyweight Championship. It really shouldn't take a whole lot of effort on his part to get to where he belongs. But he's got to do it first. I think Batista's still incredibly low ranked for some reason, other than, you know, the obvious DLC reason. It happens to the best of them. It really does. With what little there is left unused from Raw, we've still got a ECW Championship Contenders match to come up.
There's the bell, and you can feel that electricity. This is what
Don't expect this one to take very long. I don't care about Santino getting offense in. I will make sure it doesn't happen if I get the chance.
What a shot from the Macho Man. Hey!
This guy is 8 ranks above some of the best of all time. Santino Marella is ranked 22 in the World Title Contention Series, whereas the former contender for the ECW title, a much better superstar, David Otunga, he's number 30. He's the very bottom. It should be Santino at the very bottom. Santino shouldn't even be getting contenders matches for the ECW title. He should be getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just matches to make other people look good. That's the Santino effect.
Attack right to the back.
Uh-oh.
King, what a main event we have here tonight.
This isn't the main event.
Big move.
Unless they just wanted to talk about something else. Yeah, you got a couple jabs in, good for you. Don't enjoy it too much. It ain't happening that often.
And Randy Savage is loving this adulation from the WWE Universe.
Damn straight.
He plants him down with
Be a man, Hogan. Oh, shite.
A jaw dropper from Santino.
What do you think Santino needs to do here, King?
Lose.
Santino hopes to make a statement here. The mission locked in, and this might be
Damn it.
Wait a minute.
refusing to give in there. What sheer determination.
Uh-oh, this is bad.
Every time he gets back up, I just keep on wailing on him. Got Macho Man off his feet. Damn right he's getting booed for that.
And Macho Man wants to bring them to their feet again.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh,
That's the
Macho
one.
Man, all of that.
You know what that's the setup for.
What's he planning here?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Damn, we went
All
out.
the damage to the torso, all the pain that's been dealt, appears to have finally.
What's this?
There we go.
Looking to put him away.
There you go. He even got her. The elbow drop even actually connected, unlike Eddie's frog splash.
1, 2, 3.
Good night.
Macho Man
And
Randy
that's
Savage
all it
picks
took.
up the win.
Randy Savage should now be at least ranked 22, and Santino should at least be ranked 29, in my opinion. That should be it.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, whoever's, what's going on here?
What an outstanding
Oh no, not again!
Who's coming out? Watch it.
Zach Swagger's just got it out for the legends of wrestling. First Mick Foley and now Randy Savage. This world champion, he just doesn't know when to stop. We are back here on NXT, as we are now about to begin the contenders match for the ECW Championship. I'm very sorry to say that it is Nemesis representing Raw. I'm not trying to put myself over or my own character over or anything. It's just that he is the lowest ranked guy with the best win-loss record that is also not already used this week, because he is just above number 30 David Otunga, who's already had a shot recently, number 29 forgot his name already.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall, accompanied by Jetstar. Approaching the ring from Primo, representing the Disciples.
Yeah, he's above Otunga, who's already had a shot like literally like a week ago. He shouldn't be in another contenders match. Randy Savage, who's just competed. Brodus Clay, who's now in contention for the US title. Trying to think who else there was. I think that might have been the only three that he's... Oh, and McGillicuddy, who's got, like, 2 matches to his name so far. So I think he's got to do a little more before he gets into contention for this. We're finally seeing the debut of the solo Tyson Kidd from Smackdown. This was a tough tie-up between Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd, and my reason for picking Tyson Kidd instead of Justin Gabriel, because again, I go for the bottom-ranked people, but they also have to have been at least kinda successful. So, like, Chavo Guerrero wouldn't get a shot, because Chavo Guerrero's record is going down the toilet again. Tyson Kidd is 4-8, which, again, that's a 30% win-loss rate, just like Nemesis's, which is 3-6. Just 30% victories. So they're kind of the people that could benefit from the ECW title the most, which is obviously how the contenders are supposed to be decided. Obviously I could have picked McGillicuddy because he is a 50% win-loss rate, but my reason for not picking McGillicuddy is strictly because actually he's 1-2, so he's also a 30% win-loss rate. It's just the fact that he's currently involved in like this tag team. It's the same kind of situation as like Barrett facing what's his name, Otunga. They're kind of already in rivalry with Brodus Clay. There's a lot going on with that, and obviously as well they're still incredibly fresh, whereas this is like Nemesis's 10th match, so he's kind of just a more ready for this kind of opportunity name. I tried to like reason with myself and be like, I really shouldn't give him a shot, but I thought, no, if it weren't for who it was, I would have given them a shot, so I should really just give him the fucking shot and stop arguing with myself. So the winner of this match will face Wade Barrett next week in ECW, and that was actually the reason I chose Tyson Kidd over Justin Gabriel. Was A, I wanted Tyson Kidd to make his debut for Smackdown already, hence why he's wearing the blue. That's supposed to be like symbolic of the fact that he's now moved to Smackdown. But also Tyson Kidd isn't booked next week, whereas Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater, they could be fighting in a tag team match next week against the Misfits. So I've got to take that into consideration. I can't have Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater fight against the Misfits one match in NXT next week, and then also have Justin Gabriel fight for the ECW title. Whereas no matter who wins in this situation, they weren't booked next week anyway. Because SmackDown gets 2 matches next week. Possibly 3 if Tyson Kidd wins. They get an entire episode of NXT to themselves if Tyson Kidd wins. Because they got 2 tag team title tournament semi-finals and an ECW Championship match if Tyson Kidd wins.
A well-schooled reversal by Kidd. Look at this, look at this. What agility was on display with that head scissors. That was an impressive suplex.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
There's a bullseye on that arm. Ooh, what a shot by Tyson.
Oh man, he got turned inside out.
Well, Nemesis and just Jetstar, they're still very new to this business. as I say, Nemesis at this point, he's not exactly a fresh face, but Jetstar still is. I think he's competed about as much as Michael McGillicuddy. Tyson Kidd, this is his 13th match. It'd be his 5th win and his 9th loss. Whereas, for Nemesis, this is his 10th match. It'd be his 4th win or his 7th loss, depending on the outcome. But if he loses tonight, his Season 2 record will be mirroring his... I mean, sorry, if he wins tonight, his Season 3 record will be mirroring his Season 1 record, which is 2-3. So next week will be the deal breaker on whether or not he was destined for anything better or anything worse.
Oh, Tyson Kidd caught that. Great reaction.
Nemesis first made his presence felt at the Royal Rumble back in January.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
He then signed up to the Raw roster, competing on ECW and NXT. He's never really had matches on Raw. Oh, sorry, he was really on the Smackdown roster. I forgot about that. He was very lightly aligned with someone that we don't talk about anymore because he's no longer with us. So we'll call him VA. He aligned with VA for a little while.
Big move coming.
Wow, that was a massive German suplex.
And then he got drafted to Raw. He's competed in a few ECW Championship Contenders matches, I believe, but he's never actually won one.
Look out.
The title's always kind of been within his sights, but he's never actually won the championship.
And this has got to be it.
Or won even a title shot. He's never actually had an opportunity against Barrett. But the Disciples of Darkness, the team of Nemesis and Jetstar, they have actually competed on Raw now. For the first time. They lost. They faced the Celtic Cross in a non-title match. After getting one victory here on NXT over Michael McGillicuddy and David Otunga, which was another reason that I was leaning towards, like, I should probably give this shot to Nemesis. Because what does that say if Michael McGillicuddy can lose to the guy ranked above him and still get a title shot first? Or a title opportunity, an opportunity at a title shot. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Tell you what though, Nemesis, he's doing really well against Tyson Kidd so far. Both these two are very natural fits for the Cruiserweight division that is a part of Smackdown.
That could break your back.
Get the nightmare.
Excuse me.
Heads up.
Oh! What a senton. Got their arms hooked. Oh, there you go. That's gotta be it. And it will be Nemesis versus Wade Barrett for the ECW Championship next week. I didn't do it, and I won't be playing that match either. As much as I've been building up and protecting Wade Barrett, I'm not playing Nemesis's matches. That's the rule. So, the Disciples of Darkness Nemesis finally picks up a title opportunity. He gets his first ever championship shot next week, and I'm sure he'll have Jetstar in his corner there as well. And we could be looking at the first bit of gold for the Disciples of Darkness. Let's have a look at the rankings, shall we? I forgot that we do that now. I went to say, I'll see you guys later, and then I realised that actually there's more to do still. Okay, Zack Ryder and Alex Riley defeat Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio in a tag team match. That's all SmackDown. So Ryder, Riley, Mysterio, Guerrero. That's a lot of names I gotta keep in mind. Well, the Enforcers are now apparently in 4th, so congrats to them, I guess. And Alex Riley has shot up the ranks to number 2, which is funny because it's John Morrison that's supposed to be representing the Mizfits going for the Intercontinental title. And has actually pinned Rey Mysterio, but you know, whatever. So Eddie's dropped back down to number 5 because of his loss. Mysterio's remained number 3 even though he lost. Riley and Ryder, on the other hand, Riley is still 25 and Ryder is still 21. So they beat number 4 and number 3, and it did nothing for their ranks. You gotta love the ranking system. Randy Savage defeated Santino. He is still 29. Santino has dropped from 22 to 25. So that's good. He's dropping. He should drop more. definitely should look into dropping more. I would very much support the idea of Santino dropping more. I think he should take a loss to Michael McGillicuddy, Brodus Clay, Mick Foley, Randy Savage, and David Otunga. He should just one by one drop each rank. And then our main event saw Nemesis win, which moved him from 25 to 23. That's not bad. Not bad at all. He's starting to already outgrow NXT, and he's only just started finally going somewhere on there. And the loser of the match, Tyson Kidd, remains at number 20. It didn't affect his rank at all, so that's cool, I guess. And Smackdown, Undertaker versus Mark Henry again. No. Christian and R-Truth. No. Shawn Michaels and Del Rio. No. John Cena, Stone Cold, Triple H. No. Well, there is going to be one match on SmackDown that wasn't originally planned that now needs to happen. We need to find a replacement for... Wait a minute. I just realized. What's he doing there? Is he still... Ooh, yes. I love it. Okay, cool, whatever. Well, we got to find a replacement for him anyway, because I can't book him. The game can give him a remarkable match, but I am not allowed to book him. So, I suppose we'll probably have some kind of, like, I don't know. There weren't any qualifiers, so we couldn't have like a rematch. Triple H is in the tag title tournament at the moment, so he's not actually supposed to be involved with the WWE title. Mysterio's Intercontinental Champion, so he's not supposed to be involved with the WWE title. Christian and Stone Cold are already in the match. Eddie's involved with the tag titles at the moment, so I guess The Rock. Del Rio's not done anything to deserve it, nor is Arn, nor is Vader. Truth's in the tag division. Barrett's the ECW champion. Henry's in the tag division at the moment. Morrison's quite low down. Jesus. The Miz. I guess he could fight the... Yeah, we'll have The Rock versus The Miz on SmackDown to determine who will be replacing The Undertaker in the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Championship. We'll also see John Cena go one-on-one with Christian in a non-title rematch from Over the Limit, as well as more action from all your favourite WWE superstars. I don't fucking know, alright? John Morrison will probably compete in some kind of contenders match with Goldust, because he beat Mysterio, but he's not a top contender still, so I guess we'll have a contenders match. And I guess we'll have something to do with the women. Maybe like Maurice versus someone. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. So I'll see you guys on SmackDown. I still got to do Impact in between. I mean, the show that should not be mentioned in between. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.